Hello, welcome to Rainforest University. I'm Jake Robinson, and today I'm going to teach you the 999 trick. So let's say that you want to try to gauge how many sales a particular item is making. Let's say that you've picked this Gen Manufacturing 2-inch polyfoam brush. So you're thinking about selling a brush like that. Here's another one right there, and let's take a look and see if there's any more. But this is down in painting supplies, and it's fairly way on down there. Let's take a look at what that thing sells for $15. Oh, it's a pack of 48. No wonder. I'm about to say that's a pretty good margin. And so you go down here, and it is number 3,143 in home improvement. So it's not bad. It's not super duper top level, but what we're trying to figure out is how many is this thing selling every day. Well, there's a trick that you can use sometimes, not always, but here's what you do. Just go ahead and add it to your cart. We're not going to purchase it. Right now it says twos in mine, so I'm going to go to the cart, and I clicked on it a while ago, so it's showing me I have two in the cart. That's not what I want to do, though. I want to change the quantity. So as soon as I add to cart, you click on cart, and you click on 10 plus, and it highlights the number in the cart, and you change that to 999. In fact, if you try to go 9999, the fourth nine, it will not. I'm pounding on the key right there. It will not take it. That's the maximum that you can put in your shopping cart is 999 items. So if I click update, what do you suppose is going to happen? It's going to say, okay, you're going to owe us, a lot of money because we're going to send you 999 of these $15 brushes. Or let's see what it says. Oh, wait a minute. Information. The seller has only 234 of these available. So we can't ship you 999. Do you want 234 of them? Well, no, we don't want any of them. But what we want to do, though, is what do you think we can do with this information? If we know that right now he's got 234 in inventory, how can we use this information to determine how many he sells in a day? Well, why don't we go back tomorrow at the same time? So let's say you do this at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You would capture that ASIN number. You want to make sure that you have the ASIN number for the product that you just looked at. And uh, and then come back at, say, the same time tomorrow and go in and do the same trick. Put in 999, hit update cart, and it's going to come back with a different number. If it comes back with a number less, so if we know he had 234 today and tomorrow we check it and he's got 224, wouldn't that make sense? He sold 10 units since yesterday. And then if you do it the next day and again just keep subtracting out, if he's got 224 tomorrow and then the next day after that he's got 200, well then we can assume that he sold 24 the second day. And you can take this information and put it in a spreadsheet, put the name of the product and the ASIN number, and then how many units he had, and then the date, and then keep coming back and do that for 8 or 10 days, and it should give you a pretty good idea of what their average sales are in a day. Now, this is good if a person has less than 999 items. If you go back over here to this Porter cable, I bought this actually bought this not from Amazon. I bought it in a store, but sells for 99.88, and it is a number one bestseller in its category. So let's add it to the cart, and then hit cart, and then it shows one item in there. We're going to update the cart. Click on the number 10, highlight it, put 9.99 in. What do you suppose Porter Cable has? Do you think they have 234 of these units? No, they have more than 1,000, or they have at least 999 items because they can fulfill my order for $99,780 if I were to purchase these 999 items. So guess what? On this particular item, if I come back tomorrow and the guy has more than 999 items, let's say he has 5,000 and he sells 100, well, he's going to have 4,900. So guess what? The 999 trick is not going to work on anyone that has more 1,000 or more products in inventory. So you can't track somebody that does that. So here's the good and the bad. The good news is if they have less than 1,000 on hand, you can figure out what they're selling for that particular item. And if you've got several sellers selling something similar, you can check each one of them and kind of track them. You know, check the number one, check the number twos, check the number three seller in that category, so forth. Um, the bad news is if you have number one and number two seller, and you go in there and look, and they both can fulfill a 999 order, well then that tells you that they have a lot on hand. If they have a lot on hand, that probably means they're selling a lot, which is good news. You know they're making a lot of sales, but you don't know how many, and you can't figure it out using the 999 trick. So it only works with people who carry smaller inventories. Now I don't know if that means anything. Maybe somebody carries a smaller inventory doesn't sell as much, and because they don't sell as much, they can't afford to keep as much. Therefore, their numbers might be lower, a lot lower, than the number one and number two guy that has over 1,000 in inventory. So it is difficult to use this as just, you know, betting the bank on using this information to make a decision. It can help you make a decision, but I wouldn't put a lot of credence in just this. In fact, a lot of paid software that you pay for out there they go out and spy on the competition. A lot of them use this trick, but it only works with less than 1,000. So if they're really selling, you're not going to get that information, and you're not going to really know. Now there are other software programs that use this trick along with tracking lots of different variables and metrics that Amazon provides, and over a longer period of time, they can approximate what the sales are by gleaning that data. There's a few good softwares out there, and maybe we'll review some of those. But this is just a trick to show you that you can do a little bit of your own sleuthing to figure it out. You can also go to camelcamelcamel.com. It's a software that, an online service that tracks many of the items for sale. You can get an idea of what they're doing. So there's a few other software programs you can do that too. So I hope that helps. Thanks for stopping by Rainforest University, and look forward to seeing you on our next how-to video.